So is it important that the Russians meddled in our elections? Okay, well, all of our intelligence agencies, both under Obama and under Trump, say that they did. But what does that mean? Is it a matter of getting some emails and releasing it to the public? Well, if it was just that, I would think that it was not that big a deal. And there's a lot of different ways that the press could have gotten those emails. I wish we saw the emails from the Republicans as well, but they were newsworthy. On the other hand, if it's a bigger issue regarding Trump and Russia and they have a deal, well, that would be a different matter and one that's very important and that Mueller should investigate, the special counsel there. But there is a third element that I think actually is the most important, which is what if they actually got into the voter rolls? Now, this is an issue that was brought up before, but NBC News has new developments on it today. First of all, let me remind you what the Obama White House used to think about it. Jeh Johnson, who was the Department of Homeland Security Secretary during the Russian intrusions, said, quote, 2016 was a wake-up call, and now it's incumbent upon states and the feds to do something about it before our democracy is attacked again. And those are very strong words, and I think rightfully so. Here's another quote from Johnson. He said, we were able to determine that the scanning and probing of voter registration databases was coming from the Russian government. Now that's massive. So I don't care if it's the Saudis who are doing it, the Chinese who are doing it, or Paraguay or Botswana. A foreign government trying to infiltrate our voter registration databases is an epic disaster. Are you positive that the people who did our voter databases are the top cybersecurity experts in the world? Remember, they're done state by state. So the guy in Arizona is going to outwit any hacker, whether they're Russian, Chinese, Indian, or anything else? You sure about that? I'm definitely not sure about it. And here's the government saying, yeah, they're trying to get into the voting rolls. Look, I'm worried that people here are gonna hack into it for partisan reasons. I think our security at the voting booth is abysmal. And anytime you ask any of the states about it, they're like, oh, that's our business, we won't tell you, it's secret. You know why? Because they're embarrassed, because they don't have the top cyber security experts. And my guess is that it is at some point going to be shockingly easy to hack into those. So now NBC News reported back in September 2016 that more than 20 states had been targeted by the Russians. And God knows how many other governments are trying this. And now that they know how vulnerable we are, how many will try in 2018? But that leads us to the news from today. So if you're partisan, you could say, well, those are the Obama guys, I don't know if I trust them. Well, now we got the Trump administration weighing in. The US official in charge of protecting American elections from hacking says the Russians successfully penetrated the voter registration rolls of several US states prior to the 2016 presidential election. That's a Trump official saying not only did the Russians try, they succeeded in penetrating 21 states' voter registration rolls. Now, first of all, they can mess around with the voting registration and cause mayhem. You go in, they go, sorry, you're not registered. Or they take a bunch of people off the rolls, or they add people to the rolls. So they can cause complete chaos there. On top of that, you think they're just gonna stop at the registration? You think they're gonna say, well, we did the emails and we did the voter registration, but actually changing the vote counts? Why, we would never. Hey, everybody at the Kremlin or anywhere, any other country that wants to influence us, you think they're gonna have ethics and be like, should we fix the American elections so that the people we want are elected and then give us potentially trillions of dollars? Nah, let's not do it. I mean, we have to take massive safeguards here. This is more important than any of the other issues. So Jeanette Mantra, the head of cybersecurity for the Department of Homeland Security under Trump, said, quote, we saw a targeting of 21 states and an exceptionally small number of them were actually successfully penetrated. First of all, okay, that was back in 2016. Every year, they're gonna get better at this. If they penetrated a couple, that means they could penetrate more. And I don't care that they didn't successfully do it in all 21 states. They targeted 21. Next time they'll target 50, and God knows how many times that they will succeed. And our states are throwing up walls, go, don't mess around with my things. I don't want you to look at it because I don't want to be embarrassed. No, we have to have our top experts safeguarding our vote. Okay, Johnson told NBC News, back to Jay Johnson, he's now worried that since the 2016 election, a lot of states have done little to nothing to actually harden their cybersecurity. Jeanette Mantra disagrees a little bit. She says, I would say they've all taken it seriously. They've taken it seriously, whatever that means. What does it mean? Can we have a sense of what they have done? I don't want you to give us the code. That's obviously a very bad idea. But I want you to say, hey, here are the precautions Arizona took, and New Jersey took, and Alabama took, right? And here are the people that we're using that you can rest assured are the top experts, and all the different things that we've done to make sure that nobody's gonna hack in. Nothing from the states, no word at all. Just take our word for it, we got this. You don't have this at all. Russian targeting of voter registration databases became known in the months leading up to the election when the FBI warned state governments that hackers had in fact infiltrated the Illinois State Board of Elections and attempted to do the same in Arizona. So we know they already got through in Illinois. That's already public. Now the Trump person says, no, it was more than Illinois. They got successfully penetrated voter rolls in several different states and have targeted dozens. Finally, more from NBC. Johnson said that any state officials who don't believe the federal government should be providing help are being, quote, naive and, quote, irresponsible to the people that they're supposed to serve. This should be priority number one of any investigation. Now look, special counsel is looking into Trump and whether laws were broken. That's in a sense, a different matter. The more important thing is make sure the vote is safe. Are you sure you know which way the Russians are gonna hack? I mean, if you're a Republican, are you now celebrating and you're not taking any precautions in Alabama? You're like, boy, hey, Russians, here you go. Throw it in our favor. How do you know they're gonna throw it in your favor? Maybe they like the progressive idea of keeping out of Syria and not antagonizing Russia with further military buildup on their border. Maybe they'll vote for Democrats. Can we fix this thing to make sure Americans are voting and no one else? It drives me crazy when you have the most important issues being treated as minor throwaways. Protect the vote at all costs. You just watched a video by the Young Turks, home of the revolution. If you'd like to get a lot more than that, get the full show by becoming a member. TYTnetwork.com/join.